Weeknights at 7 on WCCB Charlotte.
Well, this is Beyond the Bases with the Charlotte Knights here on WCCB Charlotte. What's up, everyone? Happy Tuesday night and welcome in to the show. Kendall Smith and Doug Maurer joining you here. And Doug, I am so excited about this week of baseball. We were off last week. Well, the team was on the road, so they weren't off, but we didn't play at Truist Field. And I just always get so pumped up for when the team is back because the vibes are off the charts right now in Uptown Charlotte at Truist Field.
And the Knights are playing well. They went on the road. They won 3 out of 6 in Jacksonville, but 2 of those losses were by just 1 run. Coming off a back-to-back homestand, Kendall, felt like we were just in the groove, and now we've been gone for a week. Feels like we've been gone for too long. So the Knights are back this week, and a lot of fun in store this homestand.
Well, you talked the road trip in Jacksonville. Let's roll back the highlights and take a look at some of the things that really stood out. As you mentioned, the Knights playing some great baseball right now, and in Jacksonville, a ton of contributions across the lineup. And we saw a AAA debut for the Chicago White Sox #1 prospect, Braden Montgomery.
Yeah, and we'll see Braden here in these highlights, but the home runs were just flying. There's Drew Baker just absolutely crushing one in our victory over Jacksonville earlier in the week. Ryan Galaney hit a mammoth home run over the street onto the sidewalk. Lamont Wade Jr., another guy hitting the ball very well. There's Lamont. Look at that thing go. Woo! It's like he's back in San Francisco, putting him in the Bay. And then you mentioned Braden Montgomery. I mean, just the fact that he is now back with the Charlotte Knights, making his Charlotte Knights debut. He had a really good series in Jacksonville, and you see these numbers here. Charlotte's lucky to have this guy.
Yeah, they are. He's the #1 prospect for the Chicago White Sox. He was a part of a trade in December of 2024 between the White Sox and the Red Sox. The Red Sox received Garrett Crochet. The White Sox got Chase Mydroth, Kyle Teal, who we'll talk about in just a little bit, Wickelman Gonzalez, and Braden Montgomery. In Double-A Birmingham, he was batting .313, 22 RBIs, 6 home runs, and 14 extra base hits. He was unbelievable offensively, fantastic from a defensive standpoint as well. We're so glad that he's part of this Knights team. Come watch him while you can, because I don't think he'll be here for too long, Doug.
I think you're right, and the biggest number to look on this graphic right here is the OPS, 1.035. Now, for those of you who aren't too familiar with baseball statistics, the average is about 750. So he is crushing the ball. And he is the last guy of those 4 that you mentioned, Kendall, to come up here to Charlotte, but he's the #1 ranked prospect. So the buzz is the highest about him. And that week in Jacksonville on the road, he did nothing but showcase why he is so highly regarded. So this will be his first week in Charlotte. You talk about it all the time, Kendall, the stars of tomorrow here at Truist Field. Well, this is your chance to catch Braden Montgomery.
And we mentioned Kyle Teal. He is on an MLB rehab assignment this week with the Charlotte Knights. He played in the World Baseball Classic for Team Italy. Actually, unfortunately, underwent a hamstring injury during the World Baseball Classic, but no, he's coming back. The White Sox are eager to get him back, and he starts that journey here this week with the Charlotte Knights. So come check him out as well. And as we have all of these great players on the field, we have a ton of promotions that we are certainly looking forward to. Let's take a look at what we've got going on at the beginning of the week. Of course, we already played here tonight, but then of course tomorrow, Bark in the Ballpark. That is always a blast. Bring your dogs out to the ballpark for free. And then Thursday, let's talk giveaways, Doug, because everybody loves a good giveaway, especially a bobblehead. We're giving away 1,500 Cal Ripken Jr. bobbleheads, all a part of the Charlotte O's 50th anniversary celebration.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun this night. You see the Cal Ripken Jr. bobblehead right here. We do not do too many bobbleheads throughout the course of the season, so this is your opportunity to get one. And we had to get special permission from Cal Ripken Jr. in order to do this bobblehead, but it's all part of that 50th anniversary celebration going back to the 1976 Charlotte O's. We're going to have former players, managers. It'll be a lot of fun. Come be a part. It'll be a historic evening. Just one of the many things we have going on this homestand.
All right, so we talked about the beginning of the week. Let's talk about the end of the week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all jam-packed as always. Friday night, it's our annual Pink Knights game, the 20th anniversary of Pink Knights. We'll show you the giveaway here in just a second. Of course, we've got Friday night fireworks as well. On Saturday, it is Armed Forces Day and a double fireworks show. So we are giving you double the fun, double the length. That's all on Saturday, all a part of fireworks. Plus, we've got pregame catch on the field as well. Sunday, it's Princess Day, so it's going to be a royally great time at the ballpark. And we'll have an Everybody Runs the Bases promotion taking place post-game. You mentioned, though, the giveaways continuing, and they do. Friday night pink nights, and I love these pink baseball stuff.
Yeah, we have to take a look at this. So the first 1,000 women through the gates are going to receive one of these pink nights, pink baseballs, courtesy of Charlotte Radiology. For those who have not experienced a pink nights at Truist Field, it is very emotional. We recognize survivors, warriors of breast cancer. There's an unbelievable winning moment, and of course the post-game fireworks. But it's just such a great experience to be a part of. So come make sure you get a piece of the giveaway here, the pink baseball. Honestly, Kendall, this might be the most jam-packed weekend we've had all year. It is loaded from pink nights all the way to Princess Day.
I think so. So you got to get your tickets at charlotteknights.com. And don't forget, if you can't make it out to the game on Thursday or Friday, well, the games are live on WCCB Charlotte. We've got a great pregame show beforehand, the best pregame show in all of minor league baseball. So again, that's Thursday and Friday right here on WCCB Charlotte. But you can get your tickets right now at charlotteknights.com. Follow us on social media as well. Hey, we're talking Braden Montgomery, the White Sox #1 prospect. He is now in Charlotte with the Charlotte Knights. Kyle Teal is here on an MLB rehab assignment. You probably remember him from Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic. But how about another guy that has been off the charts this year for this Knights group? It's Jacob Gonzalez. He's also a White Sox prospect, and offensively, he has been unbelievable. I had the chance to sit down, catch up with him, and talk about the specifics of why he's been so good. We talk about that on the other side of the break here on Beyond the Bases on WCCB Charlotte. Don't go anywhere, everyone. We're back with more.
I'm often asked, how'd you become the largest injury firm in the world? The answer is simple. We've won a lot. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan for the people.
I need my back to give me a break. I want options and a doctor who helps me choose the right one. I want technology informing my surgeon's every move so I get the fastest recovery. I want to get back with the guys before I miss another Saturday, because I've got plenty left in the tank.
For the gold standard in spine surgery, you want Novant. Novant Health. Best surgeons, amazing nurses, remarkable care.
If you've been injured in a car wreck or at work, call me, the lawyer who's also a doctor, at 1-800-MY-DR-TED or at drtedinjurylaw.com.
Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. George Washington.
Mom, look!
Hi, it's Kendall Smith with the Charlotte Knights, inviting you to join us this season to experience the fun. It's all waiting for you here at a Charlotte Knights game. Get your tickets today at charlotteknights.com. We're back here on Beyond the Bases on WCCB Charlotte with the Charlotte Knights. Welcome back, everyone. Kendall Smith joining you here. We were just talking about it before the break. The Stars of tomorrow at the Major League level are right here today at Truist Field playing for the Charlotte Knights. And one of those guys is certainly Jacob Gonzalez. He's a Chicago White Sox top prospect, and he's a guy who has made a huge impact on the group this season. But he'll be the first to tell you that these last couple couple of years have been a little bit of a struggle for him from an offensive standpoint. And this is a guy who back in 2023 was a first-round draft pick of the White Sox. He was a part of the Ole Miss team that won the College World Series just a few years ago. So coming in, really high expectations for him at the professional level. And this year, he has been off the charts, and he credits all of that offensive success to an adjustment that he made back in spring training. Take a listen here. I had the chance to catch up with him about it. This is really interesting stuff, just about the details of his approach at the plate and how that's helped him so far this season.
Talk about those adjustments that you made too, standing up straighter at the plate, right? So Aaron Bray was saying that back in January, that was something that was kind of noted about your stance. And then they came to you and said they wanted to switch it up a little bit. What was that process like, having to change the way that you were used to doing things at the plate?
Yeah, so I sat down with Ryan Fuller and he showed me my old setup, and I was in the 1 percentile of crouched and turned, meaning no one else does that. And I was like, I should probably stop doing that then. So they wanted me up, but I told them that I like having my weight back. I don't like big moving. I don't like moving that much. I just want to be 80% loaded and then just get to 100% swing. I'm not a 0 to 100 guy, so I'm upright, but I'm already loaded into my back leg and hip, and I just pretty much just lean forward and swing.
And it's been going great for you. How long does it take to get used to an adjustment like that?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, in practice it's easy. I could hit however in practice and it feels fine. Anything can feel fine in practice. So it was just getting at bats with it and just getting comfortable in game and making decisions, and that probably took from whenever my first at bat in spring was until probably halfway through. I got comfortable with it, and then I could start just working on other things.
Well, there is no player on this Charlotte Knights team like Jacob Gonzalez, because he really is the same guy every single day. He never gets too high. He never gets too low. He was actually talking about this with me on the podcast, which you can watch over on the Charlotte Knights social media pages at Knights Baseball. But he said, yeah, when I was growing up, my dad told me, if you strike out, if you mess up, you cannot pout. You cannot show that you are upset. You have to go back, keep your head held high. And he's like, I think that's why I kind of am the way that I am. It doesn't matter if he hits a home run, grounds out, strikes out, comes back. He's the same exact guy. His heart rate is the same, no matter the situation. That's something that Charlotte Knights hitting coach Aaron Bray has talked about with Gonzalez, just saying you don't find many guys like that. And especially in a game like baseball, you have to be that way to be successful. And we've seen a lot of success from Gonzalez this season, Doug.
Yeah, and I thought that interview captured it perfectly, Kendall. Very calculated with his response. Same guy, like you mentioned, day in and day out, no matter what the results are. But honestly, this year the results have been fantastic. He's second in the league in doubles, second in the league in extra base hits. How about second in the league in runs batted in? One of the biggest statistical categories in the IL. So a guy that certainly has that big league potential, but with the logjam up there at the Chicago White Sox, it's going to be tough for him to break through. I will say the Knights are happy to have him.
Well, listen, he said, I'm going to try to do all that I can to force the White Sox hand because he wants to make his major league debut. He's well on his way to doing that. He's doing everything in his power right now, and he's been great all season long. And as we talk about these top prospects that are with the Charlotte Knights this season right now, well, the White Sox number 4 prospect, left-handed pitcher Hagen Smith, is currently with the team. And you want to mention these guys that were successful at the college level. Jacob Gonzalez was one. This guy right here, Hagen Smith, was sensational for the Arkansas Razorbacks. He was sensational too in the month of April for the Knights, and that earned him the Chicago White Sox minor league pitcher for the month of April.
Pretty big honor for Hagen Smith, and the best part is he is just getting started, Kendall. It's a guy who used to pitch 7, 8, sometimes 9 innings at the college level. The White Sox have been limiting his innings a little bit, but now they're starting to amp it up through 5 in his last start against Jacksonville. And for those of you who want to see Hagen Smith, come out, see him in person, or check him out here on WCCB this Friday.
Yes, he will be the Knights' Friday night starter. And yeah, those stats speak for themselves. We love having these top prospects playing for the Knights. But you know what? It's not just always about the prospects. We have a lot of veteran type of guys that are making big impacts. And then we have these guys like Caden Connor who come in from the AA level and they make an impact right off the jump. Maybe not someone that you're constantly hearing about, maybe not someone that you will see at the major league level in the very soon future, although you never know. But Caden, he's been great. We caught up with him, and he was actually the Powered Up Player of the Month of April for the Knights. So we're going to see that on the other side of the break. Stay with us, everybody. More coming on Beyond the Bases here on WCCB Charlotte.
Sunday at 4 on WCCB Charlotte.
When you're injured, you need to protect your future. There's a law firm the insurance companies have dealt with before. They know the name. James Scott Farron.
They know how to stand up to the insurance company.
Get the James Scott Farron advantage.
This May 15th, we honor the heroes who serve, protect, and sacrifice for our freedom. Join the Charlotte Independents for Salute to Sacrifice Night, an unforgettable evening of pride, passion, and top-caliber exciting pro soccer. Celebrate our military community with special tributes, family fun, and a night that means more. First 500 fans get a commemorative challenge coin. Be there May 15th for the Charlotte Independents Salute to Sacrifice game. Get your seats today at charlotteindependents.com.
Hi, this is Mike with Quick Fix Real Estate. I know right now could be a really hard time, and the last thing you want to do is costly repairs to a property. What if I told you that you never have to do repairs to your unwanted property again? I'm the local cash home buyer who has bought thousands of houses as is in the area. That's in any condition and any price range. All with no fees, no commissions, and no hassle. If you're even thinking of selling your house, give me a call today for a free cash offer.
Call 980-727-CASH. That's 980-727-CASH.
I'm TV's Judge Greg Mathis, and let me tell you, after an accident, don't risk your future. Demand top dollar. Your case is probably worth more than you've been told. Get the James Scott Farron advantage.
This is Beyond the Bases with the Charlotte Knights here on WCCB Charlotte. Welcome back, everyone. We hope you're enjoying your Tuesday night. We sure are, because we're with all of you talking some Charlotte Knights baseball. Our homestand is already in full swing. The Knights are home Wednesday through Sunday this week at Truist Field. Don't forget, you can get your tickets right now at charlotteknights.com. Doug, we were talking before the break. We give a lot of love to the prospects, and rightfully so. We give a lot of love to the veteran guys who have had some showtime, but we've got to give some love to the guys who have come up from AA this season and made big impacts for this Charlotte Knights team, right? And these aren't always guys you're going to see immediately called up. They're not always the first guys people are talking about when it comes to this roster, but Riku Nishida, Ryan Galaney, Caden Connor, they have been fantastic additions and really filled in gaps when the Charlotte Knights needed it.
Absolutely. I'd even throw Mario Camilletti into there. I mean, these are glue guys you have to have, but Kendall, everyone has the same dream, prospect or not. Everyone's dream is to make it to the major leagues. And this guy, Caden Connor, thanks to Duke Energy, he was named the Charlotte Knights Powered Up Player of the Month. He hit over 300 for Charlotte so far. So this guy has been a key addition to the Knights, and I know you had a chance to chat with him during the last homestand. Let's take a look.
Since joining the Charlotte Knights roster in mid-April, Caden Connor has been a productive part of the lineup, which is why he's our Powered Up Player of the Month, presented by our friends at Duke Energy. So hear from Caden about how he made the jump from AA to AAA look so seamless.
All right, so Caden, you're finding this out now for the first time. You are the Powered Up Player of the Month, courtesy of our friends at Duke Energy, and that is because you have come in and you have contributed just right off the bat since joining this team here in April. So I'm curious, what is it that has allowed you to come in and be so effective so quick?
I just think the consistency, it's early on in the season, so and kind of coming up here with a chip on my shoulder to prove to the coaches and all that I belong here. So it's been a lot of fun, a lot of familiar faces I've come up to the minor leagues with, teammate-wise, and Chad and the coaching staff have been amazing, so it's been a lot of fun.
What do you think the biggest difference is from playing at the AA level to the AAA level?
Yeah, I just think the age difference too. I mean, you're around guys like Lamont Wade and just great baseball players that have been around the game for a while, and like other teams have, you know, big leaguers on there as well. So just like the maturity and the professionalism that come with being a AAA, that's definitely like the learning moments and growing pains that I'm gonna go through. So yeah.
When you think about what you want to take from what you've done this month already, it's only April 24th, but how do you want to carry this into the coming months this season?
Yeah, just staying even keeled and just trying to be consistently better every day. Coming to the field, working hard, being a good teammate, and just coming out and playing the game hard.
You mentioned being even keeled. What kind of mindset does it take to be a successful baseball player day in, day out, especially in the grind of a season like this?
Yeah, I think it takes a lot. It's very hard. I work on it daily. I'm trying to be as positive as possible even when it's really hard. But when you have teammates like we have and Riku Nishida in the clubhouse, it makes it a lot more fun and less like baseball every single day, more like you're going out there playing with your friends. So.
Well, our Powered Up Player of the Month in April, and you only came up about halfway through the month. So, Caden, thank you so much. Congrats on what you've done so far. We're excited to see what you continue to do.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
How awesome is he? Again, his mindset is great. We were talking about that with Jacob Gonzalez. He's the best, and he is crediting his teammates, but I see him. I'm standing by the dugout every single game. He is the first person over to give his teammates a high five, give him a hug after a big play, a home run, whatever it might be. That's Caden Connor for you. Top tier guy, top tier teammate, and we are fortunate to have him on this Knights roster, Doug.
Yeah, one of many, and I think that's the culture that we've seen from Chad Pinder and this entire Charlotte Knights staff. The teammates that he shouted out, you saw him shout out Lamont Wade, you saw him shout out Corey Lee. I mean, this is a guy who he's looking to learn, he wants to get better, and then just be part of that culture coming up from AA.
Well, the best way you can learn is by learning from the guys who have been in the show. We mentioned Kyle Teal, Chicago White Sox catcher, will be here this week on an MLB rehab assignment with the Charlotte Knights. The Knights are playing the Norfolk Tides. They are the AAA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles, and they have a couple guys quickly, Doug, who are here on rehab assignments too. Big names, by the way.
Yeah, massive names. Jackson Holliday and Heston Kjerstad, two guys who were selected 1 and 2 in the MLB draft. Massive top prospects here on rehab, so make sure you come out to Truist Field, check them out as well.
All right, well, I think it's time now for another double play with Jeff and Jack Taylor. I can't wait to see what they have in store today. Guys, what do you got?
Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another double play. I'm Jeff Taylor. That's Jack Taylor. Topic for the day, Jack. When we talk about drafts, Major League Baseball and I think the NHL, they can draft high school kids. International players for MLB can be as young as 16. You go with drafting high school kids?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Look, if they have the athletic ability and they have the ability to understand, if they have someone helping them, understand the finances of it all, whatever, the impact is, more than likely they're going to get put into the minor leagues anyway.
Right.
And that, in my opinion, is a really good place to develop young minds and young players.
Do you think that's where they can get a chance to grow? And I think you mentioned leadership. I mean, when you're talking about minor leagues, you're on a bus, you're living with other people. It's kind of a crazy thing. Yeah. It's not the luxurious lifestyle you think. I just don't know about maturity level. Can they handle it? But I think the big point there is you got to have somebody in place to help lead and guide them.
Yeah, absolutely. I know there's not maybe a situation to be able to get as well-rounded if they were to go to college, and get all those big experiences. But as far as baseball is concerned, I think it's a really good way to develop them.
I agree. All right, hey, we have more Beyond the Bases coming up next. We'll be right back.
Saving money is now more important than ever for seniors. But if you purchased a $9.95 guaranteed acceptance plan, you could easily find yourself overpaying for very little life insurance coverage. With the $9.95 rate, a 65-year-old male receives less than $900 in coverage. For $10,000 in coverage, he would pay over $110 a month with a 2-year waiting period. Fortunately, with Senior Life Insurance Company, he pays less than $58 a month for $10,000 in protection. There's no waiting period, no medical exam, and he saves over $600 a year by choosing Senior Life. A 65-year-old female saves over $400 a year. Don't overpay for your life insurance. Call now to see how much money you could save with Senior Life. We could help you get cash back from your current overpriced policy. Call now to lock in your coverage and low monthly rate. For your free quote, call now.
The bright lights, the crack of the bat, and the roaring crowd. Baseball is a sport with a history as storied and dynamic as the country that made it so great. So we're celebrating 250 years of the United States here with the Charlotte Knights this year. Let's take a look at how Charlotte has helped to shape the sport of baseball. How has baseball not only influenced Charlotte as a sport, but the community and the culture as a whole?
It has a lasting influence, and it brings the community together. You know, in the early days, leaving from the mills and the farms to come out and play this great game of baseball. The likes of Billy Graham, Romare Bearden, and also the first professional general manager in baseball was a woman by the name of Frances Crockett, longest standing professional sport in the city of Charlotte.
Well, we are celebrating America's 250th birthday all season long here with the Charlotte Knights, so we hope that you'll come out and join us for a game soon.
Well, if you haven't made your plans to come out to the ballpark this week, then what are you doing? The Charlotte Knights are in town. The AAA affiliate of the Chicago White Sox, they are taking on the Norfolk Tides, AAA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. Tons of fun promotions, live music, entertainment, fireworks, giveaways, top-tier prospects, major league rehabbers. We've got it all in Uptown Charlotte this week. So again, get your tickets at charlotteknights.com. But Doug, we've got to look at our weekend lineup because you said it earlier in the show. This might be, I think it is, the most jam-packed weekend we've had so far this season.
Yeah, and it hits everybody. Starting on Friday night, you talk about pink nights, Friday night fireworks. You have your families. The first 1,000 women in attendance are going to receive one of these pink nights baseballs, thanks to Charlotte Radiology. And then you go right into Saturday. It's another fireworks night, Armed Forces Day, but an even bigger fireworks show. Sunday, bring the kids out. It's Princess Day. And then everybody runs the bases. I don't know if we've had as jam-packed of a weekend all season long than what we have this coming weekend.
Yeah, and we talk about that double fireworks show. It is going to be double the length of a typical fireworks show. Obviously, double the fireworks. That is on Saturday night. And then I can't wait for Princess Day. Who's your favorite princess, Doug?
You know, I was a Beauty and the Beast fan as a kid, so I'm going to go Belle as my favorite princess. But my mom told me when I was really young, I had to go see The Little Mermaid like 1,000 times in the theaters. I don't remember it, so I'm going to go Belle. What about
you? Ariel is my favorite princess from The Little Mermaid, but yellow is my favorite color, so Belle is my second favorite princess because I love the dress.
We are
so there
on
we go.
it.
There we go. We're going to see some princesses out at the ballpark on Sunday, and I always look forward to that. Now, your reminder, if you can't come to the games on Thursday or Friday night, you can watch them right here on WCCB Charlotte. Tune in at 6:30. That's when our pregame show starts. Doug and I will be back with you. We'll have live player interviews. Of course, our weekly draft, which is always so much fun. So 6:30, Thursday and Friday, tune in to WCCB Charlotte because we've got the Knights games coming your way live. Get your tickets, everyone, charlotteknights.com, and join us this week at Truist Field. The Charlotte Knights taking on the Norfolk Tides. We appreciate you joining us here on Beyond the Bases. We love our time with all of you. So for Doug Maurer, I am Kendall Smith. This has been Beyond the Bases here on WCCB Charlotte. We'll see you in Uptown this week. Don't miss it.
Charlotte Knights baseball Thursday at 6:30 on WCCB Charlotte.
Friends, more sunshine in store with rising temperatures going into this week. I have more on that on Rising coming up.
Hi, I'm a personal injury lawyer. Hopefully you'll never need me, but if you do, you should go ahead and scan this QR code. Yep, that one right there. It'll save my contact info to your phone.